Measurement of time and methods of measuring time. To measure time, it is to measure the length of the time. We know the following units of measuring time: second, minute, hour, day, week, fortnight, month, year, century, and millennium. A second is the smallest of these units. There are various methods of measuring time in different parts of the world. Of these, the common Augustan era is the most widely used. We generally indicate a particular day by writing the date of that day. The date consists of serial number of that followed by the same or serial number of the current month and then the serial number of the current year. There are the methods too. We have seen that the Christian era began in memory of Jesus Christ. It is an age-old custom to start a new era to commemorate a special event, as for example the coronation of great King Binu. The Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had started a new era or Shakha known as Raj Abhishek Shakha in 174 AD to commemorate his coronation. Abhishek Shakha and Vikram Samvat are two eras that are used in India. The founder of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, migrated to Mecca to Manda. The Hijra era was started to commemorate this event. The Parsi community in India uses the Sanshai era. Historical period. We have learned in the first lesson that the history is a science that tells about events in the past that have happened in the past. We also learned that every bygone moment makes up the past. The past is subject matter of history. In the podcast science, the period that goes back to the same of a birth of a solar system. A solar system came into being about 4.5 billion years ago. Earth is a planet in solar system, so it is presumed that the Earth was formed about 4.5 billion years ago. The span of 4.5 billion years since the Earth formation is a vast period of time. It is not easy to grasp this entire period all at once. It is necessary to divide it into a number of stages in order to understand. It is better, therefore, that time in history is divided into two main periods: prehistoric period and historic period. Prehistoric period. Prehistory simply means before history. The prehistoric period is the period for which no written records are available by which to write its history. Historic period. The historic period is a period for which written records are available using which we can write history. Scientific methods of measuring time and establishing age. Dating. We are actually measuring time when we talk about today's date or day of the various methods of the week, etc. We have seen that there are various methods of measuring time. These methods allow us to identify a particular day, month, year with respect to an early or later year, month or year. For example, if it is June, then we know that the earlier month was May and the next one will be July. If today is 10th of June, then we tell that tomorrow will be the 11th of June and yesterday was 9th of June. Thus, when we measure time, actually measure its length. The event before the beginning of Common Era are mentioned as having occurred before the Common Era. Information are some of these events can only be obtained with the help of evidence buried on the ground. This evidence is usually in form of broken man-made artifacts and fallen structures. With the help of these remaining and using scientific methods, we can determine the time of the events that took place about thousands of years ago. There are many layers of soil deposit on one above the other under the surface of the ground. The period of these layers and of the remains found in them cannot be stated definitely in terms of dates. However, a rough estimate of how many years ago they existed can certainly be made using scientific methods such as carbon 14 ancillaries, tree rings ancillaries, etc. These methods are known as dating techniques. By using these dating techniques, we learn how old the layer of soil and remains found in them are. Then we can determine the period approximately. For example, if an earthen pot is estimated to be 5,000 years ago old, with the help of dating technique, we can say that the earthen pots back about roughly 3000 BC. Then we conclude that the period of culture to which the pot belongs must be around 3000 BC.